Donald Trump's hush money trial will soon be in the hands of the jury. Today, Trump's lawyers rested their case without the former president being called to testify. CBC's Richard Madden is in Washington, tracking the details.
Big development here this morning. Both sides have rested their case, meaning testimony is over, the jury has left the courtroom, and they've been instructed not to speak publicly or even research anything about this historic case until closing arguments begin. So this means Donald Trump will not be testifying in his own defense, even though he often teased it since this trial started. But we did hear from him this morning, as we typically do, where he aired his grievances, complained about the judge, the air conditioning in the courtroom, and, of course, the case itself. Take a watch.
This should be an easy ruling, and it should really be, and I think it would be great for Judge Marchand to rule from the bench and to terminate this witch hunt. And it needs it. It needs decisiveness. Every single scholar says there's been no crime, he's done nothing wrong.
Now, this trial lasted almost 3 weeks with no shortage of jaw-dropping moments from a cast of characters who took the witness stand. Just yesterday alone, we heard the stunning admission from Trump's once loyal fixer, Michael Cohen, that he stole money from the company. And then there was that confrontational behavior of defense witness Robert Costello, who so angered the judge, he cleared the courtroom to scold him. Now, the judge blasted Costello for being disrespectful, for speaking over prosecutors' objections. Costello was heard muttering, sighing loudly, and he even tried to stare the judge down. Now, the judge said his conduct was contemptuous and threatened to strike him from the record. Now, Costello briefly returned to the witness stand this morning. He was once Michael Cohen's attorney, but those two have since had a falling out. Costello said Cohen told him several times that Trump knew nothing of the hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels, but Cohen, of course, claims Trump personally approved the $100,000 hush money payment to her on the eve of the 2016 election, and they hid the payment by falsifying business records. Now, Cohen is the prosecution's star witness who directly links Trump to the criminal charges, but the defense has been trying to portray him as a serial liar who can't be trusted. And they got him to admit he stole some $30 grand from the Trump organization through a reimbursement scheme where he kept much of that cash for himself. So now it really all comes down to Cohen's credibility, and if the jury believes his testimony is enough to convict a former president of 34 felony counts against him.
So what are we watching for now, Richard?
Yeah, well, this case is moving closer to the finish line. The jury has been ordered to return to court 1 week today for closing arguments, where both prosecutors and the defense will make their final pitches before the jury, who will ultimately determine the former president's fate.
CBC's Richard Madden in Washington.